Hello, if you're just tuning in, we're about to start in a jiffy, so just hang around, please. Hi guys, I see people trooping in. Thanks for coming. My name is Blessing Njoh, and we're going to quickly analyze the ongoing breakup between Tonto and her new boyfriend slash husband. Well, she has been referring to him as my husband, and now just barely 3-4 months after their relationship. Hi. After their relationship was announced on social media, yeah, it looks like there is fire on the mountain and everyone is going their separate ways. But why did this happen, and why does this continually happen with Tonto Dikeh? Does she just have bad luck with men, or she has a problem that she needs to take care of? So we're going to be looking at a few things. We're going to be looking at a few things, and yeah, just kind of like go through what she might have done wrong to lead to where she is now in her life, so just hang around. In case you get to watch this video some other time, I need you to know that we are live right now. We're live right now. So there might be delays here and there, interruptions rather. I have my kid here, so you might hear him every now and then, but please do not be bothered about that. I hope it doesn't disturb us too much. So drop your comments. Let me know if you have questions already. Give the video a thumbs up. Share it within your community, and I'm also going to share it, so just give me a second to share the video on Facebook. I'm already on Facebook, but I need to share it to my other page. So you can also go ahead and share if you want. Nay. Did he just say Okome? Name him in a baita. Ga jij, dan gaat hij mee. Als jij gaat, dan gaat hij ook mee. Okay, so let us just get right into it. So let me quickly show you guys a clip of our darling sister Tonto Dikeh. All right, so what you just watched now is a picture, or rather a video of Tonto Dikeh when the going was good. Yeah. So Tonto Dikeh would always post pictures and videos of this man and want to always portray a perfect loving relationship. And I believe that is one of the main reasons their relationship crashed quicker than it even kicked off. Yeah, it crashed quicker than it started. So she would post all these loving videos and pictures. And I remember vividly when she started to announce this guy and started to post him and flash him all over her Instagram, a lot of people told her, Madam, you know what happened with your last relationship? You know, the scandals that surrounded the whole thing, the whole breakup, the controversies. Why are you doing this again? Didn't you learn from your past mistakes? Why are you bringing this guy to social media? And she wasn't finding it funny. She was actually slamming all those people that were giving her that advice to keep her relationship private. She was like, you guys should shut the F up. If you cannot congratulate me, if you cannot be happy with me, hush, move on. You don't have to say anything. You know, the thing with social media is when you bring your relationship out there, be ready for anything. Be ready for things to come out that you didn't know. Be ready for people to be exposed. Because people cannot spoil what they don't know. The reason they were able to spoil their relationship was because they got to know about their relationship. Yeah. So I'm gonna talk about what or where she is now as regards to that. I don't think she regrets. Milena, Milena, laat me alsjeblieft. Okay, so Ian, take my. Okay, so I don't think she regrets bringing out her man because she feels like maybe if she hadn't brought him out on social media, then she wouldn't have found out the things that she got to find out about him. So she's actually grateful that he got exposed. Okay, so now I want to show you guys another clip, and that is the clip of Tonto Dikeh before he met this guy. Yeah. So after she broke up with her baby daddy, you guys know she was married with Churchill, who has now moved on with another actress. They have a son together. So all the while that she was single, Tonto Dikeh would portray an image of I am good enough to be mom and dad in one. I don't need a man to complete me. I don't need a man to play father role. I don't need a useless man. I am going to be mom and dad over my son. And she even, oh my God, this one is even the worst. This girl or woman, she really has issues of her own that I think she should look into. Like, this is not okay, this is not normal. I think she's just very egocentric and very self-centered and selfish. And the reason I said so is just basically this lady took off her ex's name from their son. So their son is supposed to be Andre Churchill. That's the name of her ex-husband. She removed the name of that boy, the kid, and put her own son name. So her son's name, official name, is now Andre Dikeh. And you as a woman, I'm not just talking about a woman, maybe a Western woman, I'm talking about an African woman. We know the importance of having a father in your life, even if it's not there physically, the fact that you have a heritage you are carrying on. You have a name, you are, that surname really means a lot. I know how it is, like back then in Africa, when a young girl gets put in the family where maybe someone impregnates her, and we know the chaos that surrounds it. When the man responsible for the pregnancy says, look, I don't know what you're talking about, I don't want this child, I don't want to take responsibility, I don't want to have anything to do with that pregnancy, we know how very, very serious it is when families will start visiting each other and start seeing how they can all they want is for that child to just be recognized. Otherwise, the child would be seen as a bastard. And there is a stigma around it when the father of a child doesn't accept that child. There is a stigma on the child and there is a stigma on the woman, because the woman would be seen as a prostitute, someone who just went and got pregnant for someone, or she doesn't even know who the father of her child is. And the child would also be stigmatized because his peers would see him as a bastard, someone who doesn't have a father. And for me to now see Tonto Dikeh, a woman voluntarily make her son a bastard, more or less. That is just the way I interpret this as an African woman myself. You take off your son's surname and you give him your own surname as a woman. What are you trying to prove? You want to pepper your ex, but you're destroying your son in the process. You don't want your son to carry forth the legacy of his father. Even if you don't want that father or that man in his life, you don't want to teach him the bad things that he does. That doesn't mean that you should destroy that boy's life. You can separate that man from his life, but let that name still be there. Now that boy is going to carry forth your own name as Dikeh, your family name as the woman. So how about his father? And it really damages a man. For me, that's just the way I see it, So you're following the lineage of your mother. How about your father? There's just a strong position and role a man, the presence of a man in your life can have. And for me, I just find it really selfish that she is satisfying herself at the expense of her son. And she might not realize it now, but I know that when that boy gets older, he is going to question her. Why did you do this to me, mom? Why did you take my life away from me? Because that is what she did. So anyways, I want to show you guys a video of when Tonto Dikeh still used to be Mr. She would call herself Mr. Mom, like, or whatsoever. Let me show you. Okay, so that what you saw there was Tonto. She would dress up as a man, like during Father's Day at school. She would dress up as a man. She was doing all these other things that I would just feel like, Madam, you're doing way too much. But deep down inside, she was dying. She needed a man in her life, but she was always pretending for the gram that, I'm just good enough to be mom and dad in one. And I'm going to be showing you screenshots and pictures to back that up. So this is Tonto and Kpokpogri. His name is Kpokpogri. When the going was good, he attended the boys, how do you say that? Father's Day, I believe. Yeah, Father's Day. And he was really there. And from the way that I see him treat that boy, I think he really has pure love for him. Like, he really treats, and yeah, he takes care of the boy well, in my opinion. So I really think he is doing well for him. Unfortunately, things didn't work out. So that's him also. And this is Tonto. Like, these are the kinds of pictures she would put up. She wants everyone to know, or she wanted everyone to know and think that, she was having this perfect love story. Me and my man, we are good. And, lovey-dovey, all smiles. And eventually, well, what caused their breakup was an audio recording was released or exposed online, where we heard Mr. Kpokpogri talking about the fact that he slept with someone else that wasn't Tonto in the house that they were living together in. And the thing leaked, actually. And he initially said, or he lied, we don't know, that it wasn't his voice, that it was cloned. But now, with everything unfolding before our eyes, the fact that Tonto even broke up with him now means that she recognizes his voice. I mean, we don't really know how he talks. We don't know how he sounds. So it's easy for him to say, no, that's not me, and I'm going to prove it to you. So he said he was going to prove it. Divine, let me hear what Mommy Pratane. So he said he was going to prove it by coming live. I did a video about that before. You can find that video on my YouTube and on Facebook, where I played that voice note for you guys. So you can go check out that video if you want to listen to it. So he said he was going to come live so that you guys can differentiate the real voice from the fake voice. Eventually, he came live and he couldn't say anything. He didn't open his mouth. He went live on Instagram, and so many people were waiting to just hear him vindicate himself, but he couldn't. So he just ran off. So that kind of like proves that of a truth, he was the voice behind that voice note. So basically, he had cheated on Tonto with another girl in his house. And he also said in that voice note that Tonto drinks and smokes, and that he is not a drinker, he's not a smoker, so he's not really getting along with Tonto Dikeh. And all this while, Tonto Dikeh was making us believe, oh my God, people who live for the gram, they just want the world to think that everything is perfect in their homes. When you see people do that too much, you know that there is just something wrong. When you're always so willing to go on the gram, to go on Instagram rather, to post love in videos and pictures of your partners, now we love pass, now we day in love, and then we now get to find out that actually things are not as good as they look. Divine Kosia. Yes? Okay, so let me show you another thingy she wrote when the going was good. She said, the rush of emotions is truly beautiful. Having a man stand by me as my head. She was talking about Kpokpogri. She was talking about Kpokpogri, praising him. He having a man stand as my head and as a father to my son has been one of my secret prayers. And I talked about that in my last video. Okay, so this woman, you've always been saying that you are Mr. Mom. You're good enough to be both mom and dad, but you were secretly praying to have a man be the father of your son. So I think this woman was secretly hoping that another man will marry her, or a man would marry her and adopt her son and take and give him his son name. So I believe that's what she was hoping with this man, because she was already calling him husband, and that even made me think at the time that they were married. So she would call him my husband, my king, my head, and all of that. I don't know. I don't even know how to qualify those words. And I know she was hoping that the man would give her son his name, his son name. And then she continues, I'm grateful, Lord, for bringing my family this far and your continuous show off of love on us. If happiness was a person, it's me, King Tonto. When I thought he has done too much, Jesus did it again. He made all things beautiful in his time. Indeed, Jesus is really taking care of me. If this isn't God, then who is it? He turned my mockery into gladness. He turned a mess into a message. Hallelujah. Well done, Jesus. I see you. I adore you, Kpokpogri. King Andre Dikeh. King Andre Dikeh is her son. So, and all of our kids. So she was even hoping that they would have kids together. They would have kids together. So she was already talking about all of our kids when they didn't even have kids. So she was really living ahead of herself, living ahead of her own reality, instead of her to have just taken her time, instead of her to have cooled down, be private, go into prayers, really study this guy, take her time to really build a real relationship with him. No, she didn't do that. She found it more important to go on Instagram every day and show off. I don't know who she was trying to pepper. Let me see. I think I see a comment. Well, that is true, Jennifer Edebury. Well, it's not based on the picture that I said. So like, I don't even base anything on pictures, but I've seen videos, and it is true. You are 100% correct. You cannot really prove anything. You can say it for a fact that that is the case. But I have seen videos of him. I know when people act up, like that psychology, at least I can give myself on the tap of the back for that. I can really study people to that extent. I have seen videos, not videos posted by him, not videos made by him, like not videos just set up to prove a point. No. I have seen videos made by other people, and I've seen the way he reacts around that boy. When you don't even know someone is recording, that's what I'm talking about here. Like just the connection, the chemistry, it's natural. When someone is acting up, like if I would do a video with my husband now and I'm hugging and kissing and going close, you'd know that, okay, Blessing is just acting. You know what I mean? Like you just want people to see, oh, they are so in love. I see it a lot on social media, and we know when someone is doing that. But when it's just natural, you just see, oh, they're holding hands, and it just comes naturally. You also see it. And I actually see that with him and that boy. So I'm not basing that on the picture, but also even on the videos. I know that truly you cannot really prove anything with videos that you see on Instagram, but it's just like the impression that I had. she didn't learn anything from her previous marriage, whether she was the good one or not. No, that's the main problem, that she didn't. Yeah, that she didn't learn, and hopefully with this second one she's going to learn, because I don't know, I don't know how people would just, I can't understand. I think she just thought, I have found this one, nothing can ever go wrong, and she kind of like, she let it get into her head, pushed her luck too far, and we ended up here. So these are the comments that people put up when they saw their video together. Oh, this is so beautiful to watch, sort of gentleman. See how Kpokpogri held your hands. And that, I think this is also something similar to what Kosia, what kind of bite? Yeah, what Jennifer was trying to talk about. So this person commenting saw just one video, and she's already like, oh my God, see the way he's holding your hands and all of that. People get so carried away by what they see on social media. So because he's just holding your hands and hugging you, they think, oh my God, they're so in love, and they are tapping into it. Like, you guys, unless you stay with them in the same house before you can really be saying stuff like this, okay? True. True. Yes. Okay, so let's move on. We already saw this. All right, so I'm going to show you a few more videos before we go on to this. All right, so anyways, you know, I mentioned earlier that Tonto Dikeh was always calling him my head, my husband. And then I saw Tonto Dikeh like she was pregnant. Okay, I was careful when I did that video. I did a video that Tonto Dikeh was pregnant, actually. But she didn't announce any pregnancy. But I want to show you guys a picture to watch along, or a video for you guys to watch. If you're a mom here, you're watching this video, just take a look at her and tell me if you also think that she was pregnant at the time. I think she was pregnant with this guy's baby. So just take a look at the video.
I come from the ghetto, so gang.
No, miss. Please put a cigar for Anne. Please put a cigar for her. Put a cigar for Oma, Musu, Okorocha. Please put a cigar for.
All right, so you guys saw that, right? What do you guys think? She looked pregnant to me. So if truly she was pregnant, is she still pregnant? And if she is pregnant, what is going to happen with that pregnancy? Is she going to keep it, or is she just going to be a baby mama again for the second time and have two kids with two different men? Yeah. So anyway, ever since they broke up, kind of like went public, we know what happened. Tonto Dikeh unfollowed this boy, or this man. He's a politician, by the way. She unfollowed him, and he also unfollowed her. And let's read what he wrote. I hope I can read that. Let me go to the comments first. Okay, he wrote, as a publisher, a businessman, and for the sake of clarity, for the timid followers, I dare politicians or anyone at all bold enough to come out with evidence of blackmail of any sort or kind, showing hush money paid, and for what he or she has blackmailed for, was blackmailed for, or forever remain silent. So some people are accusing him that he is blackmailing people to keep quiet and not talk about him. And as for cutie juice, you can keep dishing out your bullshit to gain traffic along with your so-called gist lover. I've been a gist idiot. I don't even know. So he's angry with bloggers now, this guy. He mentioned gist lover, and the reason is because it was gist lover that released the audio in which he was talking about the fact that he slept with some girl in his house that he shares together with Tonto Dikeh. So he's angry with gist lover. And let's continue. Nigerian men, they are coming for you all with the same pattern. Once you're close enough to her, your downfall is plotted and executed in association with bloggers. So now he is warning Nigerian men against Tonto Dikeh. Once you go close to her, it's over for you. I'm going to close the door. It's over for you. Bloggers are going to come at you. Bloggers are going to tear you apart. They are going to destroy you. And then he continues. The recent revelation shows we all need to be wary of Helen of Troy. And that is what he now calls Tonto Dikeh, Helen of Troy. We all know the Greek mythology about Helen. We all know that Greek story where I think she was abducted or whisked away by Paris, you know, and then she ended up having a child, and that ugly story about that beautiful Helen. So now he calls her Helen of Troy. It's glaring who really had an ulterior motive all along, as exposed by her partners in crime. So apparently some people close to Tonto Dikeh have been talking to him, or they have been telling him things. And he also said people have been calling for my silence the past weeks, but I believe I would be doing potential future victims a favor by speaking up, as this has become a pattern for her. So he's really, really spilling all the dirty news. Like this guy is talking. Like if this guy would just keep quiet, yeah, Tonto Dikeh would also keep quiet and continue to pretend that she's good, that all is well. But this guy is savage. Like he's just out there just spilling the beans. And I don't think Tonto Dikeh is very happy with the way he's really just exposing everything. And he's saying that he's just warning men, like, I don't want any other man to fall victim for this woman. So he continued, we dated for barely 3 months. Oh my God, I was even saying 3 to 4 months. So they didn't even date for up to 3 months. For barely 3 months, and it was more or less a living hell. Now, this is his own part of the story, or his own account of his relationship with Tonto. So what happened to all those lovey-dovey pictures and videos Tonto was posting on the gram? What about all of those? If most of their time together was a living hell. Do you guys see what I'm talking about? People living for the gram. So much has happened in such little time that I overlooked for the sake of the so-called relationship. So-called relationship. Oh my God. And my personal sanity. However, I would be releasing evidence on how Auntie cheated. Right from the very start of our relationship, when she went to Lagos to open her legs. Jesus. To open her legs like Lekki toll gate. Oh Lord Jesus. And you know, when they compare a woman's legs being opened like Lekki toll gate is always open. It's only when something really happens, something really serious, just like the End SARS Now movement. That was the only time, like things like that. That's when they shut down Lekki toll gate, but it's always open. So that is really bad for him to even say so. Where did I stop? Like Lekki told it, and how she cried and begged for a second chance and even threatened to commit suicide if I didn't forgive her. Last, there no worse evil than a bad woman, and nothing has ever produced better than a good woman. Hashtag Helen of Troy. So now he is accusing her, or he is alleging that she cheated on him at the beginning of their relationship. What I can say about this is that, look, he also said at the beginning of our relationship. So maybe things were not, or maybe she wasn't perceiving things to be really serious between them. And maybe she was already seeing someone else. So I don't want to speak on her behalf. I don't want to play devil's advocate. But it might be, or it could have been that she was already seeing someone when she hooked up with him. And maybe he was seeing her like a very serious relationship and she wasn't really, so she was still seeing someone else. Maybe that is what happened. So maybe it wasn't like, oh, I just want to cheat on this guy. So I think maybe as time went on, then she thought, oh, this is quite a relationship, a serious one. And then she kind of like stuck to him. So yeah, I don't think I can judge her fully on that if it is true. And he said he's going to be releasing evidence very soon. So we are waiting to see. And this guy is really, really saying a lot. Like he's really, really spilling the dirty laundry, like spilling all of the beans. And this is also another thing he posted. He said, it's not about ranting. Come out with your full chest with evidence. To the noisemakers, to your tent, O Israel. Olakunle Churchill, you are a man. Do you guys know who Olakunle Churchill is? That is Tonto Dikeh's ex-husband, and now he's praising him. Do you guys know what that means? He's praising the guy that Tonto Dikeh has a son with, saying, "Na man you be, you are a man." That means for you to have even survived and gone through what you went through, or what you might have or must have gone through, comparing it to what I went through with this lady, you're really, really a man. So all these things that look, a lot will still come forward, like a lot will still be known. Let me see if I have comments. Thank you, Akisoya Tawabala Elizabeth. Thank you so much. I hope for her she finds love eventually, but she would have to learn. And I think she just has some things with her personality. You know, there are some people, like, nobody's perfect. We all have something. We all do. But when you see something continues to repeat itself in your life, you need to do that self-reflection. Look in the mirror and say, what is really wrong with me? What is that one thing that most people complain about? I think Tonto Dikeh is a very stubborn person, from the way, like, I have known her from when I was a teenager. I know her quite well. Not personally, though, by the way. She is someone who is just like adamant. It has to be her way. She's that kind of a person. She's that kind of person who would feel like, I'm a woman, I'm a queen, and I should have a say in this relationship. She'll put her foot down. You know, those kind of women. We have them a lot in Europe. Like, it's my word against yours. Like, I have a say. Like, just like, and you know what it is with men, especially African men. When you're stubborn like that, when you're just like tough, 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 you want to show power, things don't usually work like with African men. African men also have their own ego, extra ego. So for you to be able to win their heart fully, you have to kind of like succumb a bit. That doesn't mean you should let them trample over you or walk all over you and take away your voice. You should also have your voice. But the only way you can really win a man's love fully is when you're meek towards him. Even when he's angry, that is not the time you should get angry. You will have your own moment as a woman to get angry, but limit your anger, tame your anger, let it have an extent. And that is the mistake many women make in Black relationships. And I think that is the person that Tonto Dikeh is. Her voice has to be louder than yours. She can be a man. She will tell you. And no man wants to be with another man. Well, not unless you're gay. Every man wants a woman they can call their own, who is a softer, weaker being than them. And weaker doesn't have to be a big thing, a bad thing. If you're weak as a woman towards your man, it doesn't have to mean that it's bad. It doesn't mean you're weak, weak, weak. It just means that you have a place as a woman, and let that man be your head. You listen to him. When you give that man respect, he also gives you respect back. And she's just that kind of a person that you can tell me, I don't know. But anyway, I just feel like she really needs to work on herself. There might be another man who just accepts her excesses, but at the end of the day, people get tired. They might accept you the way you are for 10 years, but eventually they'll feel like, you know what, I can't do this anymore. And I hope she doesn't find herself in that cycle of relationships, marriage, breakups, and then eventually when she's 50, she'll be like, okay, I'm done with men. I hope it doesn't get that far for her. So yes, I do hope she finds love eventually. And when she does, I hope she also learns to keep private things private. You don't have to prove to the whole world or to Instagram that you have found love and I'm happy, I'm in love. You guys should see how we are holding each other. Like, who cares? Who cares? People are just looking for the next news to jump on. That's what people are looking for, the next entertaining news, the next trending news. They don't care. They don't care. So now that they know your relationship, then they have the power to spoil it just the way they have done now. So let's move on. Yes. Oh my God, this is so true. If you guys know Tonto, oh my God, she go praise. She go praise. God has made my story beautiful. Even with this Kpokpogri, she said God has made her story beautiful. So is it like it's not really God? It wasn't God all this time that made her story beautiful. God has turned my mourning or my sorrow or my mockery to joy. what God cannot do doesn't exist, when she was always praising this guy, especially calling him my husband. Like, the guy never even marry you. That if they are not married. So she was just moving too fast. Like, you don't have to act desperate, you know. Anyway, I hope she learns. Like, I don't know. It's just, yeah. Let me see. Oh, you said you don't think she's pregnant. I'm gonna play the video again. She looked pregnant to me, but maybe she ate too much fufu on that day. Yeah, this is like, no, Lucky Toge, the guy, he get bad mouth, and I don't like shaming women like this. So for him to have said that, I mean, you had something with this woman, you were with her for months. So rubbishing her like this on social media, no matter what, it's just not cool. It doesn't speak well of him either. No, so I don't really like that. Yeah, yeah, that's a tough one. Yeah, she could have overlooked, but there are some people that they don't even show remorse. I don't know how he responded when the whole thing broke out. I don't think, maybe he didn't behave in a way that deserved forgiveness. So I really don't know. Most women would forgive, especially when the relationship is new and all of that. So maybe she found out other things, which I'm going to be showing you, because she communicated with a blogger and she said that she found out a lot of things that she didn't know about him. So I think it got so extreme that she felt like, oh my God, I have been in a sham of a relationship. This is not the person that I think he is. So I think that is maybe the reason she couldn't just forgive, because this guy also said in that voice note that got leaked that, look, I don't smoke, I don't drink, but Tonto smokes and drinks. And I know one thing about men who don't smoke and who don't drink, they womanize, yeah. Most men, from what, I don't know if it's true, but most men, like, when they want to get high, when they want to feel happy, they drink to relax, or they smoke and they just relax and unwind. But when you see a man who doesn't drink, who doesn't smoke, what else is he going to do? Watch football? Yeah, he might watch football for an hour or 3 days, but eventually he wants something more, than that. So most of them, from what I've heard, they womanize. So he might be that man that womanizes. So exactly, that's what I mean. Like, it's not cool for him to say things like this. Like, people break up every day. So I don't think it's cool for him. And she hasn't really come out in public to rubbish him like this. So I don't think it's really, really cool. If you get caught in a lie, you should be responsible for your own actions. You caused it. Don't abuse every other person. Okay, yes. That's not true. Well, yeah, like I said, I don't know if it's true, but most men, I said most men, or from what I've heard, a lot of people say that men who don't drink and who don't smoke womanize, or they love women. So I don't know how true that is, but I don't think it's all men. No, I don't think it's all men, but I think most men. Okay, let me see if we can watch another video. So let me just quickly talk about her ex-husband, Churchill. That one has moved on with another actress, and they have a baby together. And today, this morning, they went to church and they dedicated their baby. Let's. All right, so you just watched that video of Tonto Dikeh's ex-husband, Churchill. That one has moved on. That one abandoned her, or they dumped each other. I don't know who dumped who. That one knows that this woman, you're just full of crap. You just have bipolar disorder. One moment you're this way, the other moment you're that way. So that one, I don't know how he'll be feeling right now. So this is what Tonto Dikeh posted. She wrote, "The more we look out for each other, the more insight we have." Willing you ophouden? Ophouden, no. And then she wrote, "Appreciation post. God bless you, Gist Lovers blog. May your generation be blessed. May the works of your hands be blessed. May all your dreams come true. May you not look for people to fight for you. And let me hear what now. May you not look for people to fight for you when you need help. May your heart desires be reality. May God bless you for letting him use you to rescue me, to rescue/save me. And the reason she's thanking Gist Lovers blog is because it is this blog that released the voice note. So we can conclude now safely that the reason Tonto broke up with Kpokpogri is because of the revelations from that voice note that was released by Gist Lovers. So Tonto Dikeh is thanking this blog for rescuing her, that at least she got to find out the things that she found out now and not in 3 years' time. Not in 3 years from now. So she's thankful. Okay, so I don't have the chat here because she also went inbox and she had a conversation with the blogger, and the blogger posted their conversation. And from what the blogger wrote, or what she wrote, the Tonto Dikeh, she said, look, I don't even know this man. I'm hearing a lot of things now that I didn't even know. So yeah, it's really crazy. So yeah, she's thankful. Let's quickly watch that video of Tonto Dikeh, pregnant or not pregnant.
I come from the ghetto, so gang.
Now, please put a cigar for Anne, please put a cigar for her. Put a cigar for all now, also, Okorocha, please put a cigar for
All right, so you guys saw that. So maybe she ate too much fufu. Hello, Blessing. Happy weekend. Hope you're having a great Sunday. Okay, let's move on. So now let's see this picture. One of the pictures of when the going was good. And you see the man in blue, his name is Blessing. Oh my God, I love blessings. Yesterday, I had 2 other blessings on the show. On my live stream, and today I have one blessing here now watching. And this man in blue, his name is also Blessing. May your blessing. He's a friend, a very good friend of Kpokpogri, and this is what he wrote. He said, I personally, well, I can't read that part, it's hiding. I personally, that a relationship is not a do or die affair. I was one person that thought this relationship would last longer than this. I believed so much that it would work out. And that was why I told and convinced King Toto to go ahead into this relationship. But now I feel disappointed in myself considering all that is happening now. King Tonto doesn't deserve this emotional blackmail she's going through right now. She's a good woman that went into the relationship with an open mind. We all have our pasts, and I believe at some point everyone is trying very hard to be a better person of himself, a better version of himself or herself. Hence, it would be very inhumane for us as imperfect people to use our past against ourselves. King Tonto, during this short period that she came into Kpokpogri's life, I saw her. Can you lean a bite on here? I saw her as a very domestic lady, something I never thought could be possible considering her status. I never for once saw those negative things people said about her. Instead, I saw someone that has a God-fearing heart, someone that puts other people's interests ahead of her. So this is something that was written by Kpokpogri's friend, a very good friend of his, really saying a lot of good things about Tonto, that she doesn't deserve what happened between herself and Kpokpogri. And he also said that he's the one that encouraged Tonto to go into a relationship with this guy. And the rumor that we have now, we don't know how true that is that Kpokpogri and Tonto Dikeh were introduced to each other by guess who? A lot of people are saying that um, Regina Daniels' husband, that's Ned Nwoko, and Regina Daniels' mom, both of them introduced Tonto Dikeh to Kpokpogri. People are claiming that they got to know each other through these people. Yeah, of course, we know that they all live in Abuja. Kpokpogri is based in Abuja. Ned Nwoko, who is Regina's husband, is also based in Abuja. And it was Regina Daniels' mom that introduced Regina Daniel to Ned Nwoko. So it just looks like this woman is the one hooking up everybody to everybody. Yeah? Okay. So let's move on. We are almost done. So where are we now? Now, Tonto Dikeh, we know how this lady is. This is what she posted. Congratulations, the only valid conversation. Please help me celebrate this, my God. It's how much he has my back for me. Thank you, Jesus. So now, this is her usual manner. Tonto Dikeh would, even if she's dying inside, even if she's crying her balls out, she would come on Instagram and paint this happy picture. Oh my God, I'm perfect. I'm happy. I don't know why people feel like, I don't know. I just don't understand why people need so much validation from social media. They just want people on social media to believe that they are happy. They want people on social media to know or think that my life is perfect. I'm not poor. I'm rich. I'm happy. I'm in love. Why is that validation so important to people? I just ask myself, what would happen if social media thought you are not as rich as you actually are? I would rather be rich in real life and poor on social media. I would rather be in love in real life and not have a husband on social media, not the other way around. But some people, they prefer to be poor in real life and be rich on social media. If they had to choose, they find it more important that people on social media see them as well doing, wealthy, in love, but in real life, they are not. So who is deceiving who? You are deceiving yourself at the end of the day. So here she is congratulating herself. And this picture reminds me of the picture she posted after she divorced her ex. After the divorce was finalized, she also posted a happy picture like this. Oh my God, I'm celebrating. Oh, I'm finally free from that man. Like, seriously, sis. Like, it's just so obvious that you're just trying to prove a point. And when someone is trying so hard to prove something, that thing is usually not really reality. It's not really the case. So anyway, she's happy and thankful that, everything is over and I have found out who this guy is. He's not who he's portraying himself to be. He's a cheat. And thank God I have my freedom, maybe. Celebrate with me. Congratulations, whatever. Let's see other pictures she posted. So she's just trying to make us think or believe that she's happy. Nobody goes out of any relationship and be feeling happy. Like, unless you went in there for another purpose. If you're a gold digger and you get what you want, or if you're just looking for a baby and you go into a relationship just to have a baby and you get the baby and you leave, or you get the money you went in there for and you leave, yes, you'll be happy that, yes, I have what I went in there for. But if you really go into a relationship with an open mind, hopeful that something would come out of it, something eternal would come out of it, if that relationship crashes, you are not going to be like, let's be real, we are all human. She's not a robot. You are not going to come out and be looking like this or pretending to be this happy. Yes, you can be grateful that, okay, thank God that I didn't even get married to this guy. It would have been worse because that would have meant another divorce on my name. Yes, I can understand that. But doing way too much just shows that this woman is just living for the gram and she really has to grow up. I see so much immaturity around her. She is just so immature. She's behaving like a kid, behaving like a teenager, a child of 19. You are a woman, a mom. So just doing all these things for social media is not worth it. Think about your own future, your life, your sanity, your well-being, and think of your child. And for me, that removing that surname from that child, that is something, when I just remember it, it just makes me feel some kind of way. Okay? So I think that brings me to the end of this video and my analysis. And I still have another video coming up very soon where I told you guys I want to talk about Two-Face Idibia and Annie Idibia and what happened to them. I think I'm going to just post there. I think I'll do another video. I feel like that's the way she deals with her problem. Okay, yes, that could be true actually. That could be true, Miss Jenny. Yes, it could be that this is her way indeed of dealing with her problems. This might be like therapy for her. If she can just show a happy side, then maybe she could feel a bit happy, at least for that time. So yes, it could be true actually. It could be true. She's more of an Instagram person than, yes, I 100% believe that. 100% believe that. 100% believe that. Yes, I think she is. She's just living for the gram. And it's not only her, so many people, they find it so important that people see them in a certain way. If you're in love, that love should be yours. So don't share it with the world. Even if the world thinks you're not in love, even if they think you're single, so be it. You don't have to prove to anybody anything. Protect your love, protect your happiness, because it's going to be over before you even start. Before you even know, they are going to take it away from you. Social media will take it away from you. And social media, like I said before, cannot destroy what they don't know. They can only destroy what you show them and what you give to them. So for me, I think she also has a role and a hand in what is happening to her. She has to learn. She has to learn. So I'm just going to wait for other things that this guy is going to come forward with. How long have we been? Oh, we've been live now for almost an hour. So I want to thank you all for being here. Thank you all for the comments. Thank you all, Faith Haven, Lawoko. Thank you for joining. Please go ahead and give this video a thumbs up if you haven't already. I don't know if you guys did, but if you didn't, please be sure to love, like on Facebook, and also subscribe on YouTube. If you're not yet a subscriber to my channel, thank you, Blessing. Thank you all so much. I appreciate you spending time with me. I'm going to be live again in the next, I think, 30 minutes to an hour. I want to talk about Annie Idibia and her estranged husband. There's just so much we can learn from all these things happening on social media. So much to learn. Yes, not just to entertain ourselves and talk about them, but also to learn from their mistakes, not to make the same mistakes that they made that led to their own downfall. Yes. So once again, thank you all. Yes, submissive. That is the word. I was saying succumb, yeah, but submissive. It doesn't make you weak. It just makes you smart. It doesn't make you foolish. Of course, it's hey, Chekube Chikosia. So it doesn't make you foolish, and it's not every man you should submit to. It's not every man you should succumb to. It's not every man that deserves that respect from you as a wife. But when you know that you have a good man, don't be a boss, don't be a madam on top of your husband. Just be cool, just be submissive, like you said, and that is just the way forward. That is just the way forward. Yes. So again, thank you all. Subscribe. Thank you for the person that liked. If you just did, I appreciate it. Share this video still, because other people can watch it in their own free time. I will, let me see. Yeah, I will go live in the next 30 minutes. I already said, or 1 hour. Let's just keep it safe. Okay, thank you all for your contributions, your comments. I appreciate it. I love interactive videos like these. So for now, bye, and I will catch you guys on my next one.